California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Los Angeles Rams. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. First play from scrimmage, Stafford. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Throwing is Stafford. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. You look at this Eagle defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
A quick throw caught by Kupp out wide. Stafford is #1 guy Kupp for a Los Angeles first. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's 2nd and 10.
22.
A give up the middle to Akers. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 3rd and 8. Now Stafford. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They snap it to Stafford. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
63, 60.
Throwing is Hurts. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 3rd down and 13. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now it's seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're already looking up at a 16-0 deficit. Still plenty of time to go, first quarter. But work to be done as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2. You look at this Eagle defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Rams very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Hurts throw there taken in by Smith. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready.
Play action. Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Here's Stafford. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
On 4th down, Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. The defense was dialed into the pass. They overlooked the draw play.
And how often do we talk about the oldies are still goodies? Because that draw play comes straight from Coach Paul Brown's playbook, going all the way back to the original Cleveland Browns.
They'll get their receiver involved here. It's Brown. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Second down, here's Hurts, eluding the pressure right. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Have having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Elliott Good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Milton Williams breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And now here is another interception. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Play action. Here's Hurts. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Byron Young in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now back to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Johnson to return it. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a Rams 1st down on a pickup of 10. Now it's Stafford. And this is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
Stafford. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A give running right is Akers. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Going right back to Akers.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Cam Akers, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the 3rd quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, Hurts.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
They go play action with Hurts.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
Second and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. Fighting him off. And some nice running going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams 21. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Throwing is Hurts. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Hurts to throw.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11th. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Grant Calcaterra taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Eagles look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got it at the 15. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Complete. Jefferson to target. Touchdown, Rams. Van Jefferson. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams get a bit closer. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances
and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a... This is intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Stafford.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
A gain of a yard.
Now 2nd and 9.
At the 42-yard line.
Once again, it's Swift. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now Hurts looking to change the play. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They run out of the gun with Swift. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, Stafford here.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 7.
Stay 50, stay 50.
To the air again, Stafford. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On first down, it's Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. He's going deep for Brown.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Eagles, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.